Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of the Plight of Princes. I thought a sneeze at the start of that. So, from our party that's currently here, we are down a Runara currently, and we're down a Serenus who should be on the way. So, we were last left off the party, having been sent from Neverwinter after an assault had been taken upon the city and due to recent discoveries, had been taken apart on other cities like Bryn Shandar at the same time. Several very important individuals to the material plane were taken. Simultaneously, large metal spikes were left about the world. These unique metallic instruments seemed rare, seemed odd, and have been sought after by the people who had originally attacked Neverwinter, the Githyanki. As such, a bit of an arms race has begun, the party being sent from Neverwinter to procure as many as they can, bring them back, and determine what may be connected to them to anything else. The party, having already inquired one from Thundertree, made their way north up the high road, through Port Lass, through Luskin, and through Hundlestone, Bryn Shandar. They eventually made their way to the road at that slight obscured crossroad where they eventually found the impact zone where one of these spires had landed. Having travelled and followed the trail that led thereafter, they discovered that the spire had been forcefully embedded into the skull of a large ancient bear. Its evocation magic nature resulted in the bear more or less having a storm of lightning following it about as they fought. The battle against this entity, once it had left its own lair, was long and arduous, but eventually brought low. The party were moving about, healing each other, restoring what they could. As they were, the party warlock, Kika, reached and attempted to take out one of the spires. When she did, she was teleported away temporarily to a place that was not this world. And she could have sworn in the distance she saw a familiar face before being brought back. And that is where we return back to the scene, with a sound that is more akin to the world shaking, like as if air could have a tremor. Just a fissure opens up, and out apparating is Kika, holding the spire of Lakith, ripped no longer in the skull of the bear. As a blizzard begins to pick up around you, you begin feeling that cold and strong wind hitting you all. What do you do?
How long was Kika gone?
All of a minute.
I'll just immediately be like, you okay? You gotta stop doing that.
No. Oh!
Back to original question though, you okay?
I think so? I think so.
The one that was trying for?
Maybe.
Look,
Is that 100% think so, or more like a 50% think so, or
Probably like a 60 or 70 if I'm being generous.
yeah, that's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. Lo runs over like doting dad and is just sort of fuss.
she's currently poofed out as you do rush over low. Just on the very tips of some of her feathers, as her eyes are coming over as the wind's blowing, just small bits of dust and other material that seemed to have almost magnetized to her while she wasn't on this plane, just off into the wind.
please don't tell me you're moonlighting as a feather duster. It's not good. 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 That works too. Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
I mean, did you like see anything?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I think I saw Puff again, and I saw him last time, and I saw him again. Like once is weird, but two is like a coincidence or like a thing. Like
I think it goes the other way. I think the more times it happens, the less coincidental it is.
then well we gotta. Well, then, we gotta go get like more. Gotta get a third one, because then if it happens a third time, then we know it's not a coincidence, right? Right?
I mean, that would be a way to test
Yes.
that.
Yes. So we gotta go get the next one. Yeah. Because then we might be able to find him. Right?
Is
We
Kika still-
may want to make sure that this has caused you no harm.
Yeah. Very important. Very important. Milady's got the right thinking. Yeah.
Sorry, another question got asked there. Was that by you, girls?
Don't worry, Karen.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't particularly want any of you to turn into looks to Posey. Does basically Kika poof unintentionally, and I don't particularly want anyone to turn into snacks again.
It's fine. But Das, is Kika still holding the spire?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not like continuing to affect her, she's just holding it.
Yep.
Yeah, it seems like it's only the first initial grabbing
Yeah.
of.
My brain is doing that thing of like, is my character smart enough to know to work this out? Probably not.
Well, if you want to ask the DM a question, and you can make an intelligence check to see if
Yes.
your character can figure it
Maybe.
out.
No, this is
Make an
a thing that
intelligence check.
out of character I have wondered, but Posey would not.
Fair
Lowell
enough.
will just be staring at the stick the same way that he was staring at the other stick, going, "I'm watching you."
How heavy is said stick?
The spire is about 10 pounds.
It's not doing what the last one did it?
Yeah.
No, where it's just becoming a dead weight. It's not.
Well, the last one became a debate depending on who was holding it, if I remember.
Yeah.
So
It did,
That's what
yes.
happened last time.
Kika's the only one who's holding
I'll
it.
walk over and ask Kika if I may have the spire to check.
Okay. And she hands it to you, but it's hesitantly. She hands it to you though.
Okay.
Feel
Do
as
you
heavy
have
as the
some
other one.
attachments to the vice?
See, I don't want to do something to Blue because I don't want to ruin her setup.
No, please don't drag me away. It will literally destroy the.
I'm not dragging you away.
If you don't drag me away, it's fine. If you drag me away, it literally destroys the stream. If you drag
So I
someone
can drag
else,
someone else
if you drag
away.
someone else, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh yeah. Go take
Yeah.
Nerwin.
Go on, take
him.
yeah,
Go away.
yeah. If you take someone else, it's fine. If you
Go away.
literally, if he takes me,
Aw.
it destroys it. It was fine last thing because it was at the very end of the stream, but we
Yeah.
literally just
Oh,
started.
good to know. Good to know. That will be. It will have to be one of those things where we all leave.
Yeah, I was about to say, if that comes up again,
We
we'll
can just go
all
into my
leave.
channel or someone's channel
Yeah, or
general chat.
Blue switches the camera off and indicates to us to mute, then Das
Oh, that's
indicates
true,
to
though.
us when to put the headphones back on.
That's true. But yeah, I have so many thoughts about this.
But
I have
then,
so many
the stream will get only Blue's point of view with this,
Yeah,
which
Yeah.
would be interesting.
That's always been true.
yeah, that was always been true in like
have-
Blood and Sand and stuff. But technically, any time there was a whisper for
Hang on.
Del, they'd hear it, not anyone else, which was annoying for
Welcome.
me.
Welcome back to the conspiracy board with me, Curls.
Before people start
Providing you-
wildly conspiring, I'll clarify for Nemo and / King that Kika is attached to this thing, but not magically. It is that she has literally grabbed it and had a vision of her friend, and that is important, so she doesn't want to lose that.
I figured that, but
Yeah.
I was speaking
King
of
will
King.
still check. Yeah.
I'll quickly clarify that there's no magic going on here, as far as I'm aware, at least.
But the last
So are you
one-
saying that to King or just me?
A mixture of both. She did. I mean, I think being Mesa, Makika wouldn't think to say I'm not magically enchanted, but she would sort of say in character that she is attached. Yeah, she probably semi both.
We'll talk about it when Das goes back.
My name's Blue and I'm shit at explaining.
Thank you.
Nothing happened to Widdick last time he held one of these.
That's true. See,
I'm so confused.
I briefly speculated originally if the School of Magic was important in any way, but I quickly dropped that because I personally don't feel transmutation is important to Kika in any way.
No,
So I quickly threw that out the window.
because like what, the Spire let you cast polymorph? Like that's not part of her thing.
No,
no?
it's like you probably maybe illusion.
Unless it's you need. Is it a School of Magic you have to have access to? Because Runara wasn't affected by the last one because we tested it, and
I'm pretty sure
I
clerics.
don't
can
think clerics get transmutation.
I
though,
think they
do
can. I don't. D&D doesn't tend to like. There's only very few instances of where spells are limited, and that's for like
Well, then it must
the
be.
fighter archetype.
It must be the family relation. It must be. Oh, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
So as the Tarask spawns,
Watching Narrowing go through like processing information in real time.
with the crack of lightning,
Your camera's off.
oh, thank you. I'll pop myself back on. With the crack of lightning, Widdick returns.
Wait, what?
did
Looks at
you
Widdick
say?
confused.
What did you
This
say?
one affects me, for one.
What did you say?
Two, the heroes of Faerun are still alive, I think.
You saw Mom and Dad?
Yes, I saw all of them.
What are they doing? Tell me.
I don't know. They were running towards something. It was just a blank space. Just me, them, and that was it.
Did they see you?
Didn't seem to notice you.
No, they didn't seem to know. Yeah.
With the
Running,
Guardians?
wait. Running towards you or away from you?
Across the screen. So, or well,
Perpendicular.
if I was looking at say a screen, they were running across it. In this direction.
A screen?
Oh, sorry.
He's,
That's
using,
what
he's using the reference of a screen,
It's
but
a
it's literally
Warforged thing.
as if he was looking over and they were doing
I
that.
think he means the stage.
There you go.
Yes,
Yeah,
the stage.
okay.
Stage would be actually
There we
good.
go.
There we go.
I forgot.
Quickly patch up that fourth wall.
No,
Roman would have a THQ screen.
No, I was gonna say
No.
to Warforged, everything is looks like a screen in terms of
Yeah,
here are
I
my
can see
eyes.
that.
Just
I'm just envisioning Wittick casting like thunderclap, but it's just the THQ sound.
Well, I mean, you saw over the hedge. That thing does have a knockback.
That's a deep cut.
Well, as much
Hi
as
Ollie,
I,
you've come in at the perfect time.
Memes.
yeah.
as much as I have more questions on the matter, we should probably make haste to leave this area if that is our intent.
Yep.
Yeah, we shouldn't stay
Yep. Side-eyeing Posey, Serenus, Kika. Back to Posey again. Serenus, Kika, Posey, just basically.
And I looked at him, and her, and her.
Okay, we should.
Let's be off.
We should move.
So
I'm just
who's
gonna put this in
begin-
the
We
bag.
go. Yeah, I was gonna say, put that shit somewhere safe.
Put that shit in that bag, Russell, help me. Put the thing in the background now.
Oh.
It It is a pity those
Put the
ships
thing
may
in the
contain a
bag
wealth.
now. No, sorry, carry on. Thank you, Roman.
Well,
It is a pity those ships may contain a wealth of information, but like I said earlier, they seem rather insistent on destroying any evidence. Every indication would be that they will come for their fallen.
Cold.
And we would
dark,
not be prepared
dark.
to face them all.
Dark and cold. Cold and dark.
It
Dark
is
and
getting
dark,
both
dark.
right now. It's getting darker and colder.
Dark and cold.
We-
Dark and cold.
We said before that maybe we should consider staying here where we have somewhere that's like got a semi like roof and walls, because that's the road is like, because like even if we get back to the road and we do find the car, it's still like an hour or two until we find the ships, and it's getting really dark and really snowy. So maybe we should just stay here where we have a bit of cover.
Didn't you
Dark,
leave the cart
cold and dark.
with the ships? Am I not correct? You left the wreckage of one?
We left the cart, but not the donkeys.
Ah.
Yeah, we have the donkeys with us to get through the forest quicker. So
Okay.
it's
Maybe
it's like-
double backing, and maybe, and this may sound crazy, hiding in the ship would be the best choice. Track to the cave, being that's where the last possible way to detect the pillar we just received would be, but if we double back on ourselves and hide in their own ship, I would find it more defensible.
But we gotta get there first. We might not safely get there. That's what is what I'm getting at.
How far away is the carts and that?
Oof. We've been traveling about 3-4 hours.
Yeah, it took us a while to find the bear.
It would take you about
Okay.
10 o'clock by the time you actually,
In which case, yeah, we'd better go for the cave then, because we don't have much other option.
In
We
terms
won't survive the weather.
Yeah, in terms of like a real life comparison, we're like what, in November or more sort of October time?
late October, early November. Funnily enough, around the time of year it is right now.
Yeah, so
I misunderstood
so
how close we were to the
Nighttime!
Yeah, funnily enough,
it's about
pitch
6
black
o'clock
out.
right now. It's
Yeah.
about 6 in the afternoon
It's
right now.
nearly
so
pitch.
dark.
It's nearly going to be pitch black. If it's going to take us until 10, it will be pitch black within an hour. So yeah.
Let us, yeah. We would not survive that sort of. Well, some of us might.
While there's still a little light, we should probably check this cave and make sure it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, like, I'm being honest, and I kind of look over to the beast that's kind of dead. I don't think there's going to be anything else in that cave if that was in there, honestly.
That's probably actually a good point.
That's fair.
I suppose we will see. Hopefully, this weather prevents them from tracking us as well. Let us be off.
Can I try and produce flame to give some light, Das?
Sure. It's a magical continuous flame, so it doesn't get dismissed by the actual breeze that begins blowing, because the blizzard is beginning to pick up more and more and more.
Yeah, there's about a 10-foot radius of dim light.
Does
Of
anybody
light,
have
dim, another 10.
Sorry. Does anybody have a hand axe or anything?
No.
Oh, it depends what's in
The most I have is a dagger.
Yeah. A dagger.
I have a staff and a small knife.
I mean, I have a sword.
I have a spear.
I am not sure carving this beast.
No, that's not.
I don't know we can
okay.
stay out to
Oh.
carve
I'm just
it.
gonna take my greatsword and chop some
Oh,
firewood real quick.
wait.
You just chop at one of the trees. Go ahead.
Okay.
Rather
Yeah,
not.
a couple of the trees got knocked over, so I imagine you could
Yeah.
probably cut some branches off. Or
Can
snap
I-
some branches off.
Can I try and remove some of the fur from the beast and see if I can attach it to
You ain't
my-
got time, motherfucker.
I'll do it in the morning.
Yeah, Narrowin, tree go.
21 hit.
Fine
It's
in
free,
the morning.
so-
Yeah, the snow will preserve it.
Widdick, you just go, haha, axe go brar, shunk. And you just split a portion of the tree off that you could reasonably carry or move by itself, and then break it into wood later.
Because we're going into a cave that has shelter, be it, but would also probably need some fire.
Yeah,
To
yeah,
Gum
freezing.
sure it's warm.
Icy fucking cold right now.
So
Yeah, let's get inside quickly.
We go into the cave.
You guys make your way down and into the cave, and it is 40 foot, almost in a radial form of just like roughly hewn stonework over time, that this beast seems to linger in. your continuous flame as the wind outside just begins to die down that little bit more and more. It's only vaguely, just vaguely outside, just like screaming past as it goes. The snow begins to build up as well. Probably a better idea was to have stayed here. The cave goes back maybe, as you go, it's already 30 foot, 60 foot, 100 foot, and it doesn't get smaller up till about 150 foot back, deep within. And
Does it? Sorry.
go on.
Does it seem like this is a huge mouth of a cave that then leads into a cave system, or is it just like a huge like rock outcropping?
This seems more like it almost could potentially be linked to a cave system. Where it does start to get a bit smaller, there is two different much smaller tunnels that go off in two different directions within the cave itself. Essentially, an area where you can actually, there's wreckage of carriages, and there's other things with a large like flat stone against the back wall where it seems like this beast probably rested for most of its time. There's the smell of food that was probably easier to drag down here than the white dragon was, and plenty of wreckage from carriages or anything that this thing might have come across in its times. Old things that look like they've been there for years, things that look like they're new. That's what you see in this current, essentially, cave room, shall we say.
The carriages that I presume you said it's dragged carriages into this place?
Basically just smashed splinters, like portions of a carriage, portions of a bit in that.
Can I see if I can like rummage through and see if I can see anything?
Make an investigation check.
I'll help.
Seeing as I'm sure trying not to really feel, I'm gonna just pop the lantern of revealing, just like that.
Just give me a sec there to make sure I figure out what your lantern does again.
Well, lit. The sooted lantern burns for 6 hours on 1 pint of oil, shedding bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30. Invisible creatures and objects are visible as long as they are in the lantern's bright light. You can use an action to reduce or to lower the hood to reduce the light. So.
Oddly, as you open it up, you do look around, and you were looking with just like the lights from Serenus from previously. You didn't see anything, but when you move the lantern around, you do see that there's a frozen body in one of the corners. That when the lantern moves off of again, the body disappears. Move it back over, it reappears.
I'm actually kind of chuffed about that. I was not expecting to find shit in this
In a
cave
bag.
invisible.
Hell yeah!
But it's like, holy shit, that worked.
Just
do you
like,
mean
take the
that
light
worked?
off of it and on it again, and it's like.
But I feel yeah yeah the way he's doing now I feel
Going
it's
over
like,
it.
body there, body gone, body there,
The
body
fucking
gone.
lantern.
Body on, body off, body on, body off, body on, body off, body on,
Found
body
something.
off.
Weirdly.
Ollie, there's anything here is frozen over to the point of damaged. There's maybe like 20 gold's worth of coins that are just frozen together that you'd have to unmelt or break individually out of each other, and it's just a pain in the ass. If you wanted to have 20 frozen
spending
coins
this time in a ritual.
I'll just leave it.
on a ritual of what?
Yep.
Trying to make an unseen servant.
Okay.
Unseen servant.
Thank you.
I'll leave the gold, but I will take some of the broken up carriage parts and walk over to Wittick to like. I have found some more wood if we need some more.
Yeah, you could definitely break apart bits of the carriages and use them for fire. Well, Wittig also did grab a tree. So you have plenty of
kindling.
uses. Plenty of uses.
Kindling.
So Wittig, you said you're making your way?
Yeah, I'll make my way to the body and basically place the lantern so I can look at it as I get over
Okay.
there.
Make an investigation check.
I'm good at these.
Famous. Oh, damn.
Yay!
I was about to doubt you. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Never doubt me, Curls. Never doubt me.
Don't
know, like,
tell me the odds.
You're gonna know like his dental records at this point. Like you're gonna.
Give me 1 sec, boys.
You leave down the lantern, and you look at the body, and you can just see that there is, like, you just begin to, and bear in mind, some of this clothes and such are literally frozen up, like, as in, like, frozen up, so you have to, like, snap it almost away. This is a very frozen over, like, definitely died from hypothermia and has since entirely nearly, like, just been that kind of, like, snowy, iced kind of effect to them. They're crouched down in a sat position, their legs stretched out. They have a crossbow that is more or less frozen over on their person, and you can see just like on like the inside lip of their shirt is a flying serpent symbol, which you know is indicative of the Zentarum. Having your master having a lot of very unfortunate encounters for them.
Yeah.
And you begin looking over the body, and you're thinking, okay, something on him must be doing this. And you look around to just on the crossbow side, you can see there's a ring on one of the fingers that is very noticeably not frozen over.
I will pop the ring off finger.
It goes, precious. It doesn't go precious.
Good.
you
Always shout when your DM is
Joke
joking.
about that.
you're saying please say psych.
Oh no, because it was gonna go. No, shut up. Smite. Alright.
Bang! Your sword
Yeah.
shatters.
That's exactly what I was about to do. If it was not a psych.
I just thought it was gonna be more of that thing like you take the ring of holding it and the hand appears. It's like precious, and it's like whoa. No.
Yeah.
This is a incredibly simple looking but beautiful platinum band. It is reflective with any bit of light that's on it. Basically, like lets it have a reflection like any other normal shiny metal would. And when you move the lantern away, the body remains.
Cool. Right. I'm gonna guess mainly because we've identified my lantern of revealing here. I'm gonna guess this ring is gives people invincibility. So who wants it?
Wizard to identify is first.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
King to
identify
check it,
first.
but I would like to put myself on the list if there is a waiting list.
Was there anything?
Ooh,
Was there anything
that
else?
would be
Did you find
out of
anything
character.
else
That
there?
would be.
Me and you were on the same wavelength.
Oh,
The party's only
that's noise. Don't know. Oh god.
Jeznar
when
sat
we-
back in Faerun going, fuck, I want that. Faerun, excuse me.
Just tell me when I've done my ritual and I'll start the investigation.
Eventually, your ritual is finished, and an unseen servant just apparates next to you in the same likeness as one of the triplets. For you,
Very nice.
but for everyone else, they see nothing. That's it.
Until I turn and go. Ah.
Yes, it's just a
Yep.
spectral maiden just looking at you.
Well, it says invisible. Oh, my
Yeah,
shape.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I gave it the aesthetic. It looks like it looks like one of his mates because
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
vibing.
that's fair. Her maids. Anyway,
You little shit.
anyway, I'll start identifying the ring, and the unseen servant will start setting up a camp, tending to the fire, boiling some water, that sort of stuff.
It takes a considerable effort to light a fire down here, but given the use of magic that anyone decides to bust out when they feel like it, eventually, and how far back you are, the wind doesn't affect it, and you're able to keep yourselves warm.
I will say, just to clarify, even though it's probably assumed, we do, of course, bring the donkeys in with us to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
Nah, it's like
4 dead
There's
There's that much
donkeys.
space in
and,
here.
and the
anyway.
puppies.
The puppies are a presumption. I wouldn't left the puppies out in the snow.
Yeah, I kept them with the donkeys when we were doing everything. So they were
Yeah,
with
I
the
remember you
donkeys.
Oh, yeah.
saying. I remember you
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
that.
Okay, so King, what do you identify? Here's your few
The
things.
ring.
Okay. It is a ring of invisibility.
Anything else?
Once
Just
attuned,
that?
the wielder may use their action to become invisible. Should they, so long as you are still carrying or wearing this ring, anything you are wearing or carrying is invisible with you. Whilst it does not include unconscious person, that includes a dead body. So bear that in mind. You remain invisible until the ring is removed. You cast a spell, perform an attack action, or use your bonus action to become visible.
I see. So this man came in here, invisible, like, I'm gonna sneak up on the bear. The bear noticed and went, oh!
Well, the man
Died
is
invisible and
froze to
unknown.
death.
Yes.
the man is very noticeably not bitten in any way. So
But it was probably frozen from when the bear and the dragon fought. I would guess, maybe.
there are multiple ways this man could have died. Perhaps he was waiting for an opportunity for this bear to move out of the way so he could leave several winters ago.
He was like, it'll move
It's a bad way to
eventually.
go. Yeah.
And then his ass froze.
One of these days,
Don't
it's only
worry,
been a
I'll
month.
get it.
Don't worry, I
I'm
can wait.
part of the
forever.
Centaurum. I'll get out of here. I'll be alright. It'll be all good.
They'll come get me, right?
Ooh.
3 centuries
Right.
later.
Narrator voice, they didn't show up.
Go up.
After I've done the ritual on the ring, I'll say, if there's anything else you'd like me to identify, please place it in front of me. I would also like to borrow the spire to try to identify that.
Pull a spire out of bag.
No, I'm joking.
Anything else anyone wants me to identify?
I don't have anything to give at this current
Nope.
time.
Nope.
Then I'll cast Identify, which is a touch spell. So we'll see how that goes.
There is no effect when you touch the Spire of Lakith. You do not poof away.
Just like last time.
Yeah. I saw
It still is
the dumb gamer
Why?
part of my brain is like, I just want all of us to touch it so I can write it down.
What happens when you do it, and when you do it, and when you do it, and when you
Literally,
do
that's
it?
what my brain is like.
Well, I'm meant to identify, so maybe that will glean some knowledge. Probably not all. I'm guessing this is a bit beyond the identify spell.
Yeah.
Make an
if I remember,
Arcana
we have
check.
identified the last one, but I'll see how this one is different. Can I just say, by the way, Das, while this is all happening, I'm gonna loiter because you said the cave further in like splits off.
There's 2 tiny caverns on both, like on essentially,
Yeah.
it more or less turns from a point of, let's say it's a Y shape where
Yeah.
it comes up, and the Y like connecting point on the 3 lines is wide, and that's the bear's cave. And then there's
Yeah.
like 2 now when I say small, I mean like, a person could walk abreast through, like just one
Yeah.
person walking could walk through it. Small cracks in the far sides. Probably haven't been used in a while, but if you want to stay there and keep an eye, you stay there and keep an
Yeah,
eye.
I literally just want to stand where they like break off enough so I can still hear what the party's talking about, but like just so that if I don't
I'd
know,
say you can
hypothetically they link to the Underdark or something, I would hear things moving.
16 drow come out. Oh, we yo.
like-
Oh.
But yeah, I just want to stay there in case anything jumps out.
Hang on, no, they wouldn't do that if they're Underdark. They go, croquet, mate. Did you ever?
GG.
Okay, anyway, carry on.
Okay. Okay. 23 on the Arcana
Yep.
check. So, the Arcana check is, as you're trying to identify this item, you're beginning to realize more and more that it's not an item that is giving its information willingly. And you're having to pull the knowledge from it.
Yep.
It's a struggle, and there's moments of, which is rare on King's face, genuine conflict and contention as she's working and forcing the knowledge out, but eventually you do get it. Whilst you are attuned to the Spire of Lakith evocation, you have +2 to all your spell DCs and attack
Shit.
bonuses, and you have 1d4, recharging 1 use at the start of every day. You may either cast Thunderstep for 1 charge, or Call Lightning for 4.
All spell save DCs or just evocation spells?
All spell DCs. So basically,
Jesus
whilst you're equipped to this, your DC goes up by 2, and
It's
your
like
attack.
it's like a +2 staff.
Basically,
Intense,
Plus,
Which is, I
actually.
think
By
what
all-
the other
Damn.
one is.
by all accounts, it is a +2 staff,
Oof.
which allows you to perform Thunder Wave or Call Lightning.
Thunder Wave or Thunder Step?
Thunder Wave.
Okay.
I relay this information to the others.
Wow, that's
Uh-huh. That's strong.
Yeah, probably don't want that stuck in your head, huh?
No.
yeah. I'd agree
Worth
with that.
noting, it did fight me for information.
As you're holding it, King, you can just feel like energy is pulsating off of it. Not in a way that's like discomforting, but you can imagine if this was actually, as it's jokingly mentioned, if this was jammed to your head, you'd probably be pretty pissed.
Oh yeah.
Does
Do I
that
get the
mean
feeling
it's
I've
like-
actually managed to milk all the information out of it, or more likely I'm just not sure?
If there's more information in it, you're not going to be able to just take it in the middle of the wilds with no
Yeah, I did.
preparation.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
going to be a thing of if there's more in here, you're going to need a full set of assistants
Yep.
to crack it. Like,
Don't worry, I'll get the battery. Just pull a freaking car battery out. We'll get it to talk.
now, Narrowin, are you sure you want to charge this with lightning?
No.
Look.
Remember
I thought
the
it would work,
Shinoga.
right?
I like the gusto. Yes, this could be powerful for just about any of us. Although I don't have all the information, and seeing as to what it did to that bear, there may be some dangers involved.
Yeah. You said that
But
you
most-
had to. You said that you had to fight it.
It is a magically powerful item. It seemed to be unwilling to give its information.
Do you want me to give it the talk again, like I did the other one?
I thought I didn't do much last time.
I am
Well, the
purely
other one hasn't
stating.
heard it, has it?
I
It's 'cause
haven't
we don't
noticed
have it.
any sentience, as it were. More a
It was
standard
more
resistance.
akin to trying to drink. What was the best analogy again I saw before?
I know, Han. Lowe's isn't the most wise.
No, I'm just trying to use the analogy for you guys. Like, what would be the?
Yeah, no, we get it. It's just
It's like trying to drink ice cream through a straw.
powerful.
It's like
Yeah.
trying to drink
Yeah.
ice cream through a straw in regards to taking that information. Like, you can tell you can do
You
it.
need like a
but
team to work this whole thing
Yeah.
out.
You need a lot of straws.
It's not like pulling up. You know, if your kayak's sunk in a river and you try to pull it out, the river's going to fight you. It doesn't mean the river is sentient.
Yeah, it just means that this has been made in a way where this is not easy to open.
Yeah.
It's childproof.
It is interesting though to think about though, because when I'm talking to the party at this point, when we picked up the first one, the only one who really got affected from it was Kika. She vanished and came back. And when we took it back, yes, it worked again, but other people grabbed it. It was fine. Yet this time, it took 2 people away, not just one. It worked back to back.
Do we think it matters who those people are?
I'm
It
not
might
too
do.
sure, but it is interesting that both that both you, Keycat, and you, Wittick, you did grab the first staffs. Even though it was just briefly, Wittick, you still grabbed it.
Oh, yeah, that's
There
right.
is a possibility that is worth mentioning. One may be able to glean more information if one was to attune to the object. However, this of course has inherent risk, as we don't know what else this thing is capable of.
Exactly. Now, I'm curious, Kiko, Wittick, when you vanished, did you feel time passing when you were gone? Like, did it feel like anything was away in that point?
I mean, there wasn't anything for like a point of reference. If you get that, like,
Well, was it?
there was like no. It's not like there was like a sun or anything or like a clock to be like it's this time. It was just like a blank space.
Did it feel longer than the first time you went away, though? Is my real question.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Okay, so there's not like added, like, you don't. It's not like you were gone longer with more exposure to it. It seems that it's just a similar time each time you go away.
It might also indicate that if one was to attune that had these reactions to this device, it may result in something different than if somebody like me who had no response to the device. It may change the reaction.
Precisely.
There's another way of looking at it.
How so?
What connects Kika and Wittick?
Well, their family.
Yeah.
That is true, actually.
But that doesn't
the
explain
thing
why the
is-
first one didn't do anything.
Yeah. Because the first one, I touched it. It didn't do anything to me. This time
And
I touched it. I mean, my
The
only guess would
question-
maybe because of the evocation bit, maybe connects me to Rumen more.
The other question I have is, why did it show you what it did show you? What are the connections of the visions?
I saw like I saw the same person. Though I think what I saw was slightly different.
How different? How different?
Well, the first time I remember hearing someone like calling to him, and he like responded, and like ran off towards the voice, and I don't think that happened this time. Like I didn't hear that. Like someone called to him, and I remember him saying, "Yes, yes, Papa," but it wasn't his dad because I know what his dad sounds like, and it wasn't him. And he didn't say that this time.
But they were related, though, so your first vision and the second vision seem...
Well, they had the same person in it. Both times it was Puff. I'm sure it was.
And what about you, Wittick? What was... Just yours any link to anyone?
Links me to the Defenders of Faerun. That's my master and Kika's parents and their adventuring group that were celebrating before all of this happened.
To clarify, you mean the current Defenders of Faerun, correct?
Yes.
Not the original. As I am to understand, they gained and lost members over time.
So we have 3 visions so far between the 2 interactions with it, and we still seem to be as in the dark as we were originally.
I mean, I know people probably aren't a big fan of this idea, but if more people touch it, maybe we'll get more visions, and if we have more visions, maybe we'll get a better idea of how it works, because we'll get more pieces. Like, you can't finish a jigsaw if you don't have all the pieces. So maybe we should, maybe if everybody here has a go at it, we can maybe learn a bit more, and we won't be guessing so much.
I mean, if these fire thingies are showing people that you know, then I'll take a wild stab in the dark and say that if I touched one of these things, it would probably, I'd take a guess to say that it would show me my sister, but as I said, I have no idea if my sister has interacted with anyone.
Maybe you should do it and find out.
If we're going to be taking the staff, I feel like we need to prepare ourselves in case something goes wrong.
There's that too. I mean,
yeah. So if we are going to do it, I feel like we should do it where people are nearby in case anything goes wrong. I'm going to try and see if I can find out.
Our situation is somewhat tenuous at the moment.
What were you saying, Serenus?
I was going to say if I can just try and call over Posey and
Yeah, I'm Posey's kind of halfway between the back of the cave and the rest of you, and she's got her book out and she's writing stuff down. Yeah.
As said, have you been listening to the discussion?
Yeah.
So no.
Yeah.
We
I
are.
have thoughts.
Yeah, we're going to. I think the best thing we've decided upon, and you're welcome to put your own opinion into this. I think we're going to attempt to all try and touch the staff individually, and if so, as I said, you will also, if you want to try and touch the staff as well to see what happens. But I think we all need to be prepared in case something goes wrong. So I said we're just if we can have you near the camp for right now.
Loads crossbow. Sure, I have things that I've been thinking, but I'll do it after this because we might learn something. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right. So who wants to go first then, I guess?
Out of character, this is such a bad idea, but I'm so here for it.
I know.
But
it's science.
Let's do it. No, we have to do it.
We have to.
Out of character, realistically, the only one that might have any effect right now would maybe be Loyalty, because he is now part of.
Oh god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! I didn't even think about that.
He's part of the family.
Patronage.
I'm going to put this out here as well. The person I think should do it first is unfortunately not here. So if he does it,
I will say, for the sake of ease, if and when Renara does touch it, nothing happens.
nothing happens. Okay, because
I was going to say.
she touched the last one as well.
Well, yeah, we'll say Renara touched it. I'll say, let's stop for something to eat and put this in the bag of holding, at least before we can carry on with this, in case it's being tracked somehow. Having it in another plane of existence might slow that down.
Okay.
That is understandable.
If you're
Yeah,
sure.
we can have some dinner first, and then we will attempt.
Okay. Yeah, good idea.
You guys set up your Hobbit-style cookeries that you all have clanging around with your gear.
Yeah.
I'm going on an adventure.
I'm going to. I'm just going to try and I'm going to prepare the food for the dogs, and I'm just going to see if I can try and train them a little bit more. See if I can get them to lie down or something.
You can either make their food or train them. If you know anything about puppies, you ain't doing both.
Alright, I'll just do the food. I'll just
The
do
minute
the
that
food, then
food starts
I'll
being
just use
cooked,
food
they
and
ain't
give them
paying
head pats. So
attention.
they
They don't give a fuck what they smell food.
I'll just make them food then first.
While we're eating.
While you're eating.
Anything?
Does it count as a short rest?
Sure,
That's
Jane.
a good question.
Yay! Spell slots.
Short rest.
Screams in Warlock.
Spell slots.
Spell slots.
I'm sorry. Carry on.
some of us aren't fortunate for to get spell slots back after a short rest.
I'm a
I'm
paladin.
just
I don't
gonna.
get shit.
Channel divinities.
That's true.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, because you're all, people who are gonna know more than me. And I don't mean to seem like I don't trust the process, as it were. Do you have any idea why your friends want all of these?
Well,
Because they're a bunch of very powerful magic artifacts, it sounds like, and we're just collecting them and giving them to them. Do you...
Well-
I don't...
well, because they're called the Spiders of Gith, I guess it's because they have something to do with the Gith, and we definitely don't want them to have them. Because when we've
Right,
been,
no, of
because we've
course
been to when we've been to these two places, there were signs of Gith nearby. Like in the first one, we literally fought some, and in this one, it looks like they got here first, and then
And got wrecked.
and had a bit of trouble. So I think, I guess it's probably more of a case of, well, we don't want them to have them, so we should probably go get them. Because if they're just left there, then they'll take them.
Right. That's
I guess.
fair enough, I suppose. I was just curious.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm just, I'm in the same position as you, Posey. I mean, I've technically collected.
It's just
Anyway.
it's just a bunch of really powerful magic stuff, and I don't know why. I don't know. Don't worry.
If you're worried about it, then we can just ask.
Oh, no, that's not necessary. It's fine. I was just
Your
wondering.
fears are valid. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but at the same point, I fear we are lacking in options of what to do with these immensely powerful artifacts. Carrying around them ourselves and not giving them to our intended recipients would most likely see us hunted down by them as well as the Gith. And who
Oh,
knows
yeah.
who else. In fact, we are putting our lives at risk just holding them now.
That's very reassuring, King. Thank you.
Lady, please don't say that.
Though the one thing we have to, yes, it is dangerous carrying them around, but as I said, it's one of those things where wouldn't it be better to keep them around in case so we can find who is hunting these, so that we can find out maybe how they're hunting them, how where the heroes are and what's going on. If we put them away, also. Neverwinter right now, it's half in ruins. If we keep collecting them up in one place, they could just attack again. And I don't think Neverwinter can take another hit like it did before.
Yeah, but you could argue on the other side that these rods would help them, keep it safe, because they're pretty strong.
From what we know of, but there could be hidden intentions. How do we not know if they all collected? It's used in some way. The knowledge we know about these staffs is so little. In all my times of learning and the people I spoke to, I've never seen stuff like this before. And the uncertainty of it, of putting them all together into one place, no matter how strong one person can be, with the unknown, we don't know what could happen.
Or they're spies.
They could be. The knowledge we know
Spies of Lakith.
the knowledge we know about these staffs is so little, and the visions that you two have been having are also very vague and unknown. For all we know, every time you go to a vision, they learn a little bit more about ourselves, and use that against us.
Yeah. That might be where they're getting all the things from.
Allow me to propose something.
Yeah.
Allow me to propose something that has crossed my mind already. I had not want to say this, as I did not want to cause undue distress until time due, but I think it's time. These objects may very well rightfully belong to our enemy. For all we know, those we have aligned ourselves with have done some wrong. For all we know, the Gith's war is justified. However, the obvious conclusion is that we would never fully understand how a war begins and who is justified. In the end, that is for history to decide. What it is for us to do is choose a side, lest we end up being the enemy of both.
It's very good. You said that. I understand your view on that. It is a very unknown thing. As I said, we don't know the other side that very well. The few interactions we've had with them have not been the most pleasant.
Out of character. Hans, are we the baddies?
That is this conversation. That is the conversation we are having. Yes, correct.
I'm just waiting for that moment when it's like, no, we're not. We're the good guys. But your hat has skulls on it.
Typically, from what I know of history, no one is truly innocent in war. So, we really must.
I frankly don't really have a choice in this because Bluebird adopted me, but there we go.
But going off of what you say, King, about we don't know whose side is what, whose side is the righteous side. Handing all these staffs over to Neverwinter, with how much power they're behind it, how do we know, of using your knowledge, that they are not just going to, that we are just doing the evil deed for them, and they're going to destroy an entire race of creatures?
We could claim that for either side.
Which is
Fact,
why
It is
I
the goal of most wars to end in the destruction of the other side, or if not the ownership of much of what they own.
which is why I would say the point would be best to keep it to ourselves. We are a neutral party, people that have allegiance from different groups and gods, deities. We're not, yes, we have been helping Neverwinter, and people have family in Neverwinter, but there are other people who don't have family in Neverwinter and have no allegiance to that. We are a neutral party in this, so that's why I do say that we should keep the staffs for ourselves and determine at a later date if
Let,
we should give them away to either Netherwinter, or if the time comes and we know something about the gift.
let me be clear. We are no neutral party. There is rarely such a thing in a time of war, especially when we hold these spires. Are you so assured that we would not fall to the corruption such power brings? When the armies march on our doors, will it not be their race, their belongings, their livelihoods that we would destroy to save our own? And if not, what is the point of holding the artifacts for ourselves, as they will simply be taken off our corpses?
Folks, just saying all these big words. I'm just a dancer. I'll just be right here. He's sitting there hugging his knees.
If it is your intent, I am not morally opposed to it. A king, and indeed anyone, must make these decisions if they will take the burden of power on themselves. But if you believe you're going down this for moral reasons, you may find the option taken from you eventually. Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
One moment.
D&D's fun, guys.
I was gonna say this
Sorry,
conversation
that
took a path
that
that I
hit me.
did not expect.
That hit me then.
Also,
I had to.
I
had
didn't
to take
realise
a
what I had
moment
figuratively
to
done was put a grenade in the fire and just set it off.
Also, our character sounding real zero there.
We're all just like immediate, like guns out, just like motherfucker, don't you dare.
What?
I know full well what you're trying to do. I'm just playing this in character.
See, I know you're playing me, but you're right. He's just half an hour over ahead of the DM, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna message you that actually.
For what I can say on this matter, King, is that there is much that we must discuss forwards about what is to do with these powerful artifacts and what is the correct thing to do. Yes, power does corrupt all. I understand that. It said history has shown that great power doesn't come with, you must always have responsibility for that, and it can corrupt. But for right now, with one staff away from here and us holding this, I think we need to investigate more into them, find out more knowledge of them, and then at that point we should discuss as a party what's best.
Yeah, I think.
I am glad you said that.
I
As long
don't
as you know
how
the
much
weight of what you're going in for.
I do. It's, as one would say, we hold the weight of the world on our shoulders. If that is for the good or for the bad, we will only decide later on which would be the best course of action.
Let the record show I am still leaning towards the better devil we know and handing the spires over to those who originally sent us to get them. But I see your logic, and will be interested to discuss this much further.
Likewise.
We can't do anything now. We don't know enough, but it's good to think about.
Also, I'm going to say this, that you were definitely having this discussion while you were having sausages.
Nom 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 nom.
Yeah, we're just like eating dinner. This is like nice, comfortable dinner conversation.
Yeah, lovely.
I'll be one moment, by the way, and if you
Everybody
want
loves
Just-
ethical.
Mommy and Daddy are fighting. I'm just gonna eat my food.
Yeah.
Just
Riddick doesn't need to eat, but he's like, I'm doing this so I don't have to look at anyone.
This is literally like the Thanksgiving dinner of like, oh no, they're discussing it again.
Oh.
This is how my
Oh,
The
Christmas.
great.
racist uncle showed up. Oh god.
Thanksgiving. Fuck.
The racist uncle showed up. The aunt's drunk again.
Yeah. So any
It's not really fighting, we're just, we're discussing
We're
some
just
very
bringing
different
some
topics.
heavy shit up over dinner.
Oh yeah.
anything
Well, real
anybody
heavy.
want to talk about? Not if we all become cool with a bunch of stuff real quick.
Real quickly.
Now,
Okay,
question
so we're
is,
gonna go
though,
through the dumb plan of all touching this.
I mean, yes, it's a dumb plan, and yes,
Sorry,
we're going
Riddick.
through it.
while we're also discussing about the spires, what's our next plan of action? Because, I mean, I would like to go back to Port Luskin, Port Lost, but it is what it is. If we want to go get another spire and then head back to Neverwinter, there's that one near Mirabar.
I think that they're gonna make. I think we're gonna make the decision based on what's gonna happen here. If anything happens here, I mean, I don't know.
That's probably true. If something happens when we touch this spire in like 30 seconds, then it's going to change a lot of our plan.
Yes, I believe the port should be, if you'll forgive me, the first port of call.
As I said, if we say go down to the port, we can always pass over to the one near Tribor. We could go through the Neverwinter woods out through the other side. Would work. We've been through there before, and
Except we have carts and donkeys, so
Yes, yes, we do
We'd have to travel
have
by.
baggage now.
We'd have to take the high road down and then across the tri-board. I'm not against it though, because then we could take the long road back up to Mirabar.
I believe
It'd be
Wittick has
longer
a
way,
somewhat
but-
watery chore that he needs to do.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do, and that is of top priority. But we need to always try and not tread over path that has been trod once before.
I mean, I know that we're in like the right section. It was kind of said that like we want to get these northern ones before winter sets in, but like based on the time it is now, in the time it'll take us to, if we go to Luskan and then go to Port Last, and if we then go like the other way, if we go like back to Neverwinter and then along the Tribor Trail to Tribor, and we get that one there, that's going to be like right in the middle of winter by that point, because that's going to be like a month's travel. So like at that point, is it going to be instead to maybe head south to Waterdeep and the one down by the Delvere Vale and like wait the winter out? Because
Go the opposite way we were intending to go.
yeah, like maybe we can decide at Luskan, because that'll be sort of like the turning point. Because it's basically, yeah, if we go south, then I guess maybe we commit to going south, or we stay in the north a little bit longer. But it's already, I mean, look outside, it's already pretty bad at this time of year, and it's gonna get worse.
You are close to some of the worst winter weather you'll get in Faerun.
So maybe you should do that.
Curls.
How long would it take us? How much longer have you got on your thing, Naren? Before you have to go back to Port Last?
8 days.
Yeah, it's gonna be longer than that to get from Luskan to Mirabar, isn't it? So no matter what, we need to go to Port Last first, unless we...
Yeah,
we
that's
talked
what
about
I'm
last time about
thinking.
taking the boat.
Yeah, well, we're looking at going to
You
the
could go to
port and then-
Fireshear and then get a boat to Luskin or to Port Lass. Boats do take
We
less
don't
time.
need to hire a boat, Das.
We don't
We
need to
have a
hire
have
boat.
one, yeah.
We have a boat.
Can you man that boat?
We can learn.
Find a way.
Yeah,
Oh,
how
learn
many
on
of us
the-
are sailors?
Will you ford the river? Yes.
Nazdo Gatebreaker just apparates and goes, alright!
Where is he when we need him?
He comes out of the boat as you unfold it. Just
He's part. He's prepackaged. It's like the screws that come with the boards for your building up your new desk. He's like, you need this. Here,
Sweet.
have
he's
it.
ready to get wrecked.
This boat comes with its own crew. Sweet.
You tried to ford the river. King dies of dysentery.
God damn.
Every time. Oh,
Oh, we alright.
Carl's
there's
Curls
lots of
went.
curls.
Curls went.
Carl's back.
Curls is back. Now, before we go touching this potentially very dangerous thing, I would like to lift the mood a little. With this piece of advice. Never trust stairs, as they are often up to something.
And down to something too.
Wisdom.
Winnick reaches for the spire in the hope it'll teleport him away. Look, just come and kill me now, Gith.
It's like I saw what it did to the man. I still want to jab this in my head.
Just.
Not yet. Every day he makes a pun, all your wisdoms go down by 1. When it reaches 0, you commit suicide. Because you have no more will.
Alright.
King considers herself quite light-hearted.
Oh yeah, she's quite lighthearted. Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, to go back on the
Luke, take me with you.
to go back on the subject of the order, I mean, yeah, it would be more efficient to go to Mirabar, but it may not necessarily be safe. And I want to get these things as quickly as possible. But at the end of the day, one of them has to be the last one we get. So I guess so long as we're working towards one of them, it's okay.
Keep in mind the weather that prevents our travel may also hinder our enemies,
Yeah, there is that.
although admittedly not as much as they are in possession of flying, teleporting ships.
I mean,
So what
but-
I'm saying is we need to get ourselves.
I mean,
Good.
the one that's near Tribor is probably a good shout because, I mean, I mean, I know based off the past. I mean, look at Neverwinter, but Waterdeep's Waterdeep. You know, they gotta have some really good stuff if they're gonna go in a Waterdeep. I mean, I know that looking at Neverwinter, that's probably not like really a reason. Like that probably doesn't matter. But Waterdeep's Waterdeep. I mean, we'd have heard by now. You know.
Wouldn't your friends have found it? Aren't you friends with people in charge there?
I mean, I've met the Lady of Waterdeep. That's about it.
Wait,
I mean, if
wait,
anything, she probably might be the one that's keeping it.
wait a minute, Bluebird. Do I have another distant aunt to learn to make?
That one, I don't know about that one. I think that one is more just like family friend.
Posey gets out the list with the groan again before putting it back away.
I've given up on that now.
I think that's more family friend. I don't know if they really. I mean, yeah, but we'll go with family friend. Not, yeah, go with that.
Okay.
Go with that.
Okay.
We-
Okay.
Judging
My family spent most of their time in Neverwinter, not so much around Waterdeep because they have like their own stuff that they do.
But I thought it might have been, you know, like distant, like 4 times removed kind of deal. But no, carry on.
Forgive my overly excited outburst, but I would love to see Waterdeep and its many laws and municipal structures.
as I said, we will get down to it eventually. But if you,
The
one thing-
the long words again.
one thing that is for certain that we can see is that no matter which one we decide to go for next, Tribor can go to all of them in one way or another. It's a good next one. We can either go down to Waterdeep, we can go up to Mirabar, we can go across. There's many things we can take from Tribor. That's why I do say it would be the most correct one to go there.
I miss that bird. I mean, they made a very good debating companion. I mean, to go to Tribor, and he puts his left hand up. So we've got a mirror bar, and then we got a middle option, but I don't have the bird again, so I can't do the middle option. Mumble.
Well, I guess if we just think about it logically, we want to go to Port last. Wittick wants to go to Port last. And we want to do that. That's the thing that it's like we're going to do that. At that point, the one in Tribor is technically closer than the Mirabar one at that point. So, if you go off that, then it would make sense to go there. The flip side is then to go just to double back on ourselves and try and get this northern one before the winter sets in. But again, the winter's kind of already here.
I would say.
Yeah, cold. I
Who here is trained or proficient in nature?
Looks at Druid.
Tis I am proficient in it.
Make a nature check.
Check. I don't think. No, unbelievably no.
So unbelievably now that you left and rejoined. And someone else left. That's Stacey. Whoops.
Frog.
It was frog both times.
Rip.
Whoops. Serenus, I will say, you haven't been north this far, But what you do know from anyone who has traveled very far north is that the further north you go, the faster and harder winter hits. And to your knowledge on geography, you're pretty fucking far north. Probably the furthest north you're going to be.
Yeah, Mirabar is further south than we are now.
Slightly, but
It's
it's also more inland,
large.
which doesn't...
Yeah, I don't think we'd have enough. Just out of character, just quickly, we're not going to have enough time to do pretty much anything else but go to port and get what Wixing's done. If we want to get what Wixing's done, otherwise it's realistically not going to
Yeah,
happen.
no matter what, we have to.
Yeah,
do
no,
it
no, we're
first.
definitely going down to
Yeah.
put last, but it's one of those things
So,
where,
Yeah, that's
as
what
in,
In which case,
Kiko was
it's
saying.
probably
That's
not-
the first definite.
or down.
Yeah, that's the second part I was getting to. We don't know what's going to happen in the morning, let alone anything else. But I think the port wants to be our first port of call, and then we'll decide because we really don't know what
Good.
new
Yeah,
information
I
we'll
was
have by
gonna
that
say.
point.
True,
True.
true.
We may as well
As I said,
shelve
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
for all we know, we could get to port last and then immediately get a missive from Neverwinter and be like, Waterdeep was attacked!
Get back
Yep,
here immediately.
Surprise!
Yeah,
boys!
true.
Oh.
So for right
When
now,
we get
yeah.
to the port and it's gone, we're in the middle of a war. A lot can happen.
I will say, for the sake of ease, something that some of you may remember from your time in Neverwinter. The Lady of Waterdeep was in Neverwinter helping,
Yeah.
which implies that her home base was pretty covered.
Yeah.
Especially if it was like British Andor and attacked at the same time. Which, woe to whoever does try to bash in Waterdeep.
Yeah.
Alright, boys, get the battery rams. Shit.
I mean, there is a very legendary encounter where...
Yeah. Thanos the whole army.
Yeah. Now, they
I
were
remember.
undead. They were undead. But still,
Yeah.
they gone!
To quote Kika, it's Waterdeep!
It's Waterdeep, you know.
It's
So she is
Waterdeep!
having internet lag she's trying to fix, so if anyone tries to talk to her, give her a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries, no worries.
Right.
So, who wants to touch the sticky?
Touch the stick! Touch the stick!
You heard them, honey, touch a stick!
Well, yeah, so I presume first we go Renara because
Yeah,
they're not-
we get
they're not
Renara
here.
out of the way.
Renar touches the stick and nothing happens.
Okay.
I will say, I know you're calling it a stick, but it's more akin to... Actually, give me a sec, I actually have
Let's
a
call it a
proper...
stick.
Oh,
Let's
it's more
have
like
a
a
power
quarter
trip.
staff length.
I feel
The
like
only
it,
reason
I feel
everyone
it looks
it's
like a
not
nail,
I
doesn't
think
it?
it's a
It's
stave.
because
It's
Lo
like
called it a stick.
Yeah, it's like a big stake.
I think
They
it's
use it as a
I
quarter
have a
staff.
drawing of it.
because the quarterstaff is like as tall as a person, but a stave.
Because the last
is
one we
more
found
sort
was
of-
literally
There you go.
staked into the skull of a dragon.
Yeah, yeah. If it's about that big, then I think that's called a stave, not a staff.
Yeah.
That long.
Oh, it's like that. Okay.
Yeah,
A short sword size.
Yeah.
yeah.
By the way, this is also one that I had from a kid, and I always do love it. But I can't use it too much because the hill pops.
How long is that?
Right.
How long is that? Like a forearm length, or
That's
Yeah.
slightly longer than a forearm.
Yeah. It's
yeah,
like a short
slightly longer than a forearm.
The hilt.
So, yeah, it's about short.
Slightly longer than a
sword.
forearm, but it's thick and made of a heavy metal. So it weighs about 10 pounds. This doesn't
That's a-
even weigh like 2 pounds.
So what you're
So the
saying is like a
stick.
bash headset.
You could use it as a cudgel.
It's a bludgeoning weapon.
So
I mean, there
saying-
is a spike at the other end of it. Like, one point is very, very sharp. You could very much so
It's a-
dunk
yeah,
with
it's
it.
So,
It's
so
a
what you're
spike.
saying is that if I collect 4 of them and connect with chains, I could just use some like nunchucks and just
Absolutely not.
Dude,
Absolutely
just
not.
strength
Fire of
door.
Blacketh nunchucks.
If you tried to make nunchucks,
Holy
you,
shit.
you would fling yourself into the ocean with the momentum of trying to use it.
Yeah.
With that weighted nunchuck, yeah, because they're heavy
Oh
bastards.
my god, that's so funny.
I just do it as a
Oh,
bear,
God,
so I have
you
the
hit
strength
yourself
like.
so
I don't want to put this away now because I actually like having
You
it.
can just have it. It's fine.
Let me just have my sword, guys.
Um.
Actually, no, my parents would have said stupid shit. I shouldn't have my sword with me.
Okay. If no one else is gonna go second, I will go second.
Okay.
It's,
Posey touches
Posey's
the
gonna
sword.
go. I'm gonna put it up here. I don't think anything's about to happen. I touch Spire of Blacketh.
Lol.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
Should have put money on it. Could have made some gold there. I bet she's in shock.
Also, King, gotta say, we did good. Well, actually, why am I saying King? Fucking Nemo.
Me, hello.
Yeah, I D&D reaction. I loved it. Thank you very much, man. We did good. I liked it.
Nice.
I'm sorry, I'm the pouty teenager of this group.
I'm always completely
Oh,
fine.
no.
It's fine.
We
If
just
you're a
played a
teenager,
character.
I'm a baby, so it's fine.
Yeah.
We cover the entire age range.
King understands the weight of power very well.
Just
did
nice
not-
doing a bit back and forth, like trying to like see like
Yeah.
who varies.
I just dance for a living. No big long words.
So
I don't know.
Between you two, do you think either of you two have visions? What do you think? Because we thought Posey wouldn't have one, and apparently she is, or Das is just going, I'm filling time while they speculate.
I don't think anything's going to happen when I touch it, but it's the reason why I'm doing this stuff to determine, because I haven't touched any of them yet. And one thing of note was that the first staff is in my home, and I never touched it.
Yeah, it was in Thundertree. It's a fair point.
Yes.
Because I was
And I
actually
never
just,
touched it.
I was just thinking that looking at Tribor, I was like, you were born, like, you were raised in Thundertree, but you were born near Tribor in your
Yes.
backstory, weren't you? I wonder if that one will do anything.
Or yeah, and it's one of those things where we'll have to determine when we get down to those places.
That's the next question. That's the next question that we haven't asked: is why are these spires in these places? Because that the Thunder Tree one was literally on the corpse of the Green Dragon. Obviously, it was not there when that dragon was killed because the heroes of Faerun did that, and it wasn't there. So
Like,
why is it there? Why was it there?
But then another thing we have to remember is the one we've just found was literally in a crater.
Yeah.
if everyone has a reaction to it but me and Runara, that's going to make me start scratching my head thinking, what on earth do we share in common? Looking in the
Yes.
other direction, what on earth do the people who don't react to it share in common?
Well,
I have a feeling the one in Mirror Bar, Runara will probably have a reaction.
Yeah, if the location has something to do with it, but that doesn't explain why we've had reactions to the northern ones. Because Kika's home isn't in the north; it's in the sort of west. Her homes are like in. I think we originally said they were in the Grey Peak Mountains. So which is
Oh, so
which is down the
There is a
other
lot
way.
of speculation of like, you know, if some of us is reacting to it, then what does it mean? But it also does depend what kind of vision are they going to see.
Also, quick reminder, I once pulled Spook into a whisper just to say, oh, you thought you'd get a whisper. Too bad, Waluigi time!
Oh yeah, I remember
And
that.
he was in shock. He was sat next to me, and he just sort of went.
Hard when he was looking at you like that.
I was just sat next to him, just like, are you okay? Do you need a cup of tea?
Low is
Good. Yeah, 'cause
the
No.
Low is the trump card in all of this because he doesn't necessarily have
I
a
could say yes, but
specific
you wouldn't
connection.
Please don't lean on my
Too
chair.
bad, Waluigi time! Sorry, I just trying to mess with Blue.
Blood-wise or
If you keep me awake, I will wake
influence-wise in
Nemo
any
just
of
said
these
too bad
areas.
it's Waluigi
But the
time.
main thing is that his memory is fragmented anyway, so he's not entirely sure if it is reality or not. So it will be interesting to see what happens if Lo does touch it, because that's going to reveal a lot if he does get a vision. If he doesn't, then we're in the same position.
And as I said, each vision we get means that we can tie things together with each other, because there could be, after a few more visions, a key fact that goes between all of our visions that we didn't know of originally.
Yeah,
kind
And
of
if
what
we
I'm
can tie that
thinking.
together, we might understand
That's
what's
kind of what she
the
was
bigger
thinking.
picture.
Was like, if we get you can't make a jigsaw with the pieces missing. So if we get more visions, maybe we'll start to see a pattern.
Yes, and this is, but I'm saying specifically that because Lo is such an oddball within this group, as in he has no explicit connection to other than through the
Yeah.
warlock stuff.
Yeah.
Posey.
Well, I'm back.
Pops back
Hey,
in.
you lost that bet.
I lost that bet
Posey,
with
your
myself.
skin is Posey, your skin is flushed as you come back. You look down and like even just like your
Yeah,
just from that
go ahead.
intensity of action, it's just your skin is flush like bright red as you usually are, just more pronounced as
Yeah.
that was a bit of a journey back and forward. You're not used to magical transportation. You're not used to any form of vision or anything similar to this. Like the two motherfuckers who are very used to being teleported around. That was the first.
Yeah.
It's a knot in
Okay.
your stomach when you're done.
Rosie kind of stumbles back and immediately starts like touching her own hands.
Well, okay. Put the staff down slowly.
What'd you say?
Put it
I'm
down
not touching
slowly
it.
first.
I'm not touching it.
Okay.
No, having
Okay,
a little
what
mini
happened?
panic attack.
What happened?
I
Would
wasn't
Dick please
braced
place
for
it back in
that.
the bag while we discuss this?
I
Put it back
wasn't
in the
braced for that, so I wasn't expecting it.
You okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, no,
Are you okay?
I'm
Okay.
fine.
All
She's just gonna
limbs.
sit
All
on the
limbs.
ground.
All limbs. All good.
What did you see? What
You
did you
guys
see?
okay?
Let's just calm down, right?
I'm,
Rosie,
yeah,
what happened?
I'm mostly just confused.
What happened?
I mean,
Piece us together parts of it, as much as you can remember. All the details will help
there
us.
was a bunch of like bits of moons and planets and some kind of
Oh
stone
boy! Oh
sculpture-y
boy!
thing.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy!
I need to. I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Shut it up.
Hello, I'm trying to monologue.
Kind of look at Kiko. I think it was Prince Audacity.
You saw him?
I think so.
What was he doing?
Talking to someone.
Did you see them? Or did you just hear them?
No, I saw them. In and out of character, trying to process this.
Breathe.
No, I'm okay.
Breathe.
No, you're the one who is panicking.
Have the panicking. It's fine. I'm fine.
There was he was talking to a kid I didn't know. Reddish greenish horns. I don't know. But Audacity looked different.
How?
I don't want to panic you.
Why? What's wrong with him?
I kind of look at King. He looked older. Like a decent amount older.
I'm guessing when you look at me and say that, you mean he had a similar complexion to mine.
No, it's magic, right? I don't know if he's. Would Posey know to say this? I don't know if time isn't the same for him.
Wait. You know that thing with me with the older and the 7 years.
Yeah.
That older.
I mean, he wasn't like old, but he was definitely older.
There is a possibility of that. I said the times I spent away in my youth, we were gone for felt like years, but it was only a short amount of time. So time can work differently in other places, and we don't know where this is. So there is a possibility.
I mean, it's not going to make it any easier by sharing this bit of information, but it is very common for planar travel to affect not only space but time. It's actually quite a common side effect. I know that.
So we need to be prepared for the fact that wherever people are, for us, it's only been a short while, but for them, For them, it could have been years, decades, centuries even.
I'm not touching that. 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 I'm not touching that.
Yes.
Face from that cat in the meme.
This is a very leading question. The kid didn't look like him, did it? Like, I didn't recognize the kid, but did the kid look like him?
Make an intelligence check.
Fuck. I'm not good at these. Just a straight intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
Put the heart on the dice.
No modifier.
Heart on the dice.
Straight down the middle.
Better than nothing.
The horns look similar.
Yeah.
There's a slight greenish yellow tint to his skin. Aside from that, the horns look similar. It was almost a red similar complexion. Nearly.
Okay, I just wanted to check that out of character. I didn't mention it in character.
You're waiting for me to get the Jerry Springer. You are the father.
Kind of, yeah.
And then the guy just like falls back and falls into Mario World.
Woo!
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Whew, how do you guys do that? Just gotta shake my arms out.
Her hair's a little frazzled at the ends, more or less, just like almost like the teleportation itself had a bit of a staticky energy to it. Not sure if it's a correlation to the teleportation or it's the fact of you touched a lightning rod.
Okay, so that expands our understanding of who this does and doesn't affect a bit more, doesn't it?
Well, it does, but it raises even more questions now, because my question for you then, Posey, is what relations would you maybe have to Neverwinter and the heroes of the past? Have you any connection that you were aware of?
No, I didn't even know the actual heroes and stuff. I didn't know, really.
Staff answers some questions, but it's just raised more, unfortunately. But it does give us a better idea of what's going on, and I know it's been a turmoil thing, but I still think we need to keep learning more knowledge about this. So, Widdick, may I please have the staff?
Sure. Pull the staff out of the bag.
I grab the staff.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Noted. There's only one last person to hold the staff there. Loyalty. Loyalty.
I'll turn it over like it's a nice mic. Just. Mike.
Nope.
Mike Knight. It's Mike Knight.
I am not sure we should be forcing anyone to touch the staff.
No, you can't just say no when we've all just done it.
Everybody else is doing it.
Literally, textbook peer pressure.
I'm pretty sure she can do exactly that. He can do exactly that.
If your friend
get it
touched
to
a
come.
mysterious staff that took you to another place, would you touch it?
Don't.
I mean,
touch
everyone here would.
Don't
Not
touch
a character.
Don't
We
touch a
have it,
stranger's
but-
magical staff.
Talk
Put
to your
the
kids
bong
about the
back in
spires
the-
of Black.
You mentioned a guy in there who's older, and I did.
I don't
No.
think they could see me though. I don't think
Not
I
from
was
around the
like-
corner, no.
I don't say that.
I mean, I don't think they've ever seen me in the visions I've had.
They have not.
Loyalty. I'm just gonna approach
leave it.
Loyalty slowly. Just calm down. Right, look. Just calm down, okay? I'm just gonna put my left hand on their shoulder. Look, it's okay. Just deep breaths, okay?
Red across the cheeks.
Everything's fine, okay? Just look at me, right? Everything's fine, okay? You're okay now? You good? In that moment, I'm going to take the staff and shove it into the hand.
This is bad. Oh god. This is
going
going to be very funny if nothing happens.
I'm going to say, for the sake of ease and the sake of humor, that I know the kind of person Loyalty is. Loyalty will be definitely looking into Serenus's eyes when he did that to just get.
Yeah, I could. See, I want to make a whiz check, but at the same time, I
Well,
don't.
I decide what
because
happens,
this is
don't I?
funny.
Oh, he's gonna be mad.
Well-
Milo.
He's gonna be
bad.
He's gonna be mad at you.
Bad. This is bad.
I have a thought.
I know.
Oh.
I have so
I
many
may-
thoughts.
Why is there 3 people gone?
I maybe. Oh, he's taken Serenus. He's taken Serenus.
Because they both touched it at the same
He's taken
time.
Serenus with
They-
him.
Wait, if we all touched it at the same time, what the fuck would happen?
We'd blow up.
We have
Anyway.
to do that next.
I gotta
We-
get
No,
we
this,
explode the
this,
universe.
this may, because my theory now, because we were speculating over like place,
Mm-hmm.
people, the magic schools. What if it's planar?
Right.
Because I'm pretty sure I know for a fact Kika has been to other planes. Wittick, you've been to other planes as well, haven't you? You've been in
Technically speaking,
We
You've been in a
technically
different
all have, though. Because we all went to the Feywild.
Was that actually the Feywild, or was that more our dreamscape thing?
I think it was actually. Well, I mean, if it wasn't, I've never been to a different plane.
But you've got the, because yours, because
I am an Elandrin,
because,
though.
Yeah, because both of ours
I've
were in
yeah.
blank kind of nothing spaces, which could, in theory, be the demi-plane. Yours was moons
planets
and rocks.
floating in space is straight up what I wrote.
And moons is your thing.
yeah,
So that could be your link.
it was. Oh
I was
my
and I
god.
was going to be like, if Serenus,
Well-
my original thought was like,
I think I know
if
what this
Serenus
is, and I'm,
goes,
like, freaking
he's been
out.
to the he's definitely been to the Feywild. So I was like, oh, if Serenus goes, then it will be yeah. But then he didn't go. But now he's gone with Lo, and both of them have been to the Feywild.
Well, I think
might
Serenus is
also
only
just
going
be a
because Lo is
case-
gone and they're making contact. Like, if Lo teleported, if Serenus is holding on to Lo, he will take Lo with him. That's why I
But
think Serenus is
It's
gone.
also worth noting that Winnick has been putting it in the bag and handing it to these people. So Winnick would have been touching it often when these people have been having these reactions.
that too.
That's true.
Anyway, I will be back because I think my mom just got back.
Okay,
Okay.
no
Right.
worries. I have so many thoughts.
It could literally be like the touching thing, because it may not be who's touching the spire, it may be who's touching the person.
The
Serenus's
bigger
hand
question
was
is-
on his shoulder.
The bigger question is why? Why?
Who knows? We'll have to find out what they see.
I think I. Well,
Lo's
no,
gonna be
because
very
no one
upset.
connected to the lady in red who's gone, right? Like, if Lo's connected vicariously through the lady in red family connection, no one connected to the lady in red who's gone.
Yes, they have.
Have they? I don't know that. That's fine.
I feel like you. I'm sure that was something that was said in character. No, that's something that you guys know. Puff is Samoshi's son.
Oh yeah, I do know that.
So who do you think? The
Oh,
mother,
I guess
who's
yeah.
The mother.
Through that way, yeah.
He's literally described as like a half fey genie.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah. I always forget.
Puff is technically her son, as well as being Samoshi's son.
I don't know why I always think it's Samoshi and the lady in Wadu, but it's not.
There's too many ladies.
And we're back. Yeah. Never.
There's never enough ladies.
Naren has gone to speak to his mum, but he should be back shortly.
He'll be back in a minute.
Wonderful. That's what happens when you make someone who hasn't touched the spire yet touch it while you're still holding them and it.
Yep, we just.
You
found
go
that
with
out.
it, motherfucker. It's like, no.
Because Naren immediately went. Nemo pointed out that Whittaker's always passes the staff.
Two
to
people have
someone.
seen to it now. It's a lot better than one.
Well, Posey made sure it was left down on the ground, and she just touched it. She didn't hold it. So
Yeah, that's true.
And
So
the
to
oth-
that
and the other-
fairness.
the other
Okay?
two-
Everyone
the other two
okay?
didn't have vision, so.
I'm just gonna like take a step back and kind of like drop the staff to the ground, kind of like sit on the ground like. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that loyalty.
Not again, not again, not again, not again,
We
not
had-
again, not again, not again,
We had to do
not
that.
again, not again, not again, not again,
This is surely to be enlightening in 12 minutes.
not again. What year is it?
I mean,
What
you're
year
back-
is it? What year is
It's
it?
the same.
It's
the
been
same.
like
It's been
10
a minute.
seconds.
It's been barely a minute.
Okay, okay, okay. Not again, not again, not again, not again. And don't do the eye. Don't do the eye thing.
I'm just gonna like sit up and like cross-legged and kind of like think over what's just happened. I'm just kind of like thinking myself for a couple of seconds.
Let's give them a moment to collect themselves.
Lo
Yeah,
just
it is
stops.
a little panic-inducing.
Lo just slaps his palms against his forehead and after a while forgets that he does actually have antlers there.
Yep.
Ow, 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 ow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Right,
Okay, if we could not damage ourselves, everyone just take a breath, sit down.
yeah,
what you saw.
What did you see?
It was
we went
I
back.
will say, Serenus and Loyalty, you were not aware of the name of the individual, but you.
Time for
I
a lot
would-
of descriptive work.
I would say at the very least, Serenus is aware of who she was, but he can describe the person you saw with her.
it was my before I start discussing what happened, I just need to just check one thing before that. Kika, Posey, when you were in that thing, were you able to move at all? Like, were you able to move around?
Only if I thought really hard about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly not really. I was more just like in shock for what I was seeing. I never really tried, if I'm honest.
I could move, but only if I thought about it a lot. It was
Yes.
difficult.
Yes, that's why.
That was the case for you, Kika, but I imagine Kika might not remember that all that well.
Yeah.
We-
Yeah. You know how I was moving when you first met me.
Drunk.
Yeah, that. Yeah. That. Yeah.
I can
that.
remember we appeared on ground that was odd ground, obsidian, that items just kind of melted together. It seemed a lot very unnatural, and then conflict.
Yeah, and it just went poof, broken up everywhere. Lo does his usual over-exaggerating storytelling thing, all panicked.
We could hear combat, conflict, roaring.
Crash, boom, crash, battle everywhere, loud noises all over the place. And
We
then
tried to move towards the sound as best we could. It felt heavy, like our bodies didn't feel right in the world. It felt sluggish. And the best thing I could say to Loyalty is, when you have too many to drink and you just that kind of state, it just felt like that. Yeah.
Dude. And then we turned the corner and big cherry, all in bits.
Yes, and next to it there was a large humanoid figure, tall, broad shoulders, wide.
Best
kind
clothes.
of-
Best clothes. Like
Yes, in
silk,
blue. Looked,
blues and golds. And
they were majestic, holding a beautiful glaive in their hands, and then the stars above. So many stars.
and then this giant figure standing above them,
Yeah,
holding like this golden
glaive. Yeah.
No,
the glaive.
not the weapon. No, not the weapon. No. Little gold thing. You see, like when you go to these big markets, they put oil in it.
The lantern. That was it. Yes. and then we saw somebody get struck down, but it's somebody.
Yeah. The big figure. Woman, I think. Yeah.
Yes,
woman.
yes.
Struck
Woman.
the guy. Struck the guy in the chariot down, and then just leaned over him with like a bat. I think that's what they're
Yeah.
called. Big flappy things.
A
black
name
wings.
rings in my head though. I remember something. I just.
She just leaned over him like this, though mimes it, the arms out, and I wish. Yeah, that was it, and then yeah.
Does this mean anything to me?
Welcome to Is King aware of the
Yeah.
wish spell?
No, King, you're not aware of the wish spell.
There's something important about it. I just
I will
can't
say
remember
this.
what it was.
I know what it was. It was the lamp.
No, the person. The
No,
person
the
was
lamp.
somebody important, but I don't know who. It was somebody that I can almost remember it, but it's just I kind of lose. At this point, I'm kind of like rubbing my head. I'm like,
You were very drunk that day.
I've definitely seen that person before. I think I might have seen them when I met you guys, but I'm not too sure. The figure just makes. I feel like I recognise it.
Was she Githyanki?
Das?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The oldest,
Yeah.
most terrifying by just presence of will, like just her being there,
Yes.
exuded dread.
Yeah. She did something, and I felt a chill go down my spine.
She breathed.
Yeah.
That shit went down your spine.
She was holding the lamp. Bluebird. Is that the name of the thing?
Kika like crouches down and is just sort of like slowly rocking, just going.
Oh.
Is there something? Do you have?
Shush.
Shush.
Though comes over and very awkwardly hugs. Shush! And looks over. Shush.
A feathered hand comes up and literally just like smushes into your face and just goes, "You're the one making noise."
Okay, quiet now. Okay.
Kika, does
we hug,
what I've described ring any bells of who it might be?
Yeah, that's what.
Given the response of her, probably.
May I know the name?
Guys, that's what happened in Neverwinter. She took the lamp and she said, "I wish," and then everything vanished. That was what Vlakith did.
I remember.
And she's doing more stuff with the lamp?
Or she
But I'm
did.
so sorry. I'm
Time.
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Time is true,
I'm
but
so sorry. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
it really does. Yeah, at least we have more knowledge about stuff now, and
I cannot be sure, but an artifact of that power surely has its limits. If not, well, I think this war would already be over.
And, then we get back to the question, is this something that is happening or has happened? Or, I will assume, happened.
well, it's one of those things where does beg the question about, as you mentioned, Kika, time passing in other realms is different. And what if this wherever this lantern or item is, and the wish, maybe change something that we just don't know. Could that be why we've seen these spires appear everywhere? That there's just still so much unknown about it.
And maybe this is nothing.
And that is true.
It doesn't necessarily mean anything.
Well, unfortunately, it's all we have to go off of to try and find the heroes. It's the knowledge that we have. We don't know where they are, but these staffs, these spires we've been finding, and the visions we've been seeing, each adds another piece, so we can find out what's gone on. It might be fool's errand at the end, but until we find them all, we just don't know.
Their signatures. Bo sort of pokes his head up from the little ball of fluff and fur with him hugging Kika tightly. Their signatures. What do after you write your giant epic tale of goddamn destruction? You sign it.
Maybe, but we just need to. There's many things we have to determine, many things we have to figure out, because it's one of those things where did the staff just all appear at once with a smaller route of it? What happens when we put two together? There's so much.
No. We're not talking about that. You know what we do when someone writes something we don't like?
I'm
We
not
rip
sure.
it up and we rewrite it.
I think she's already doing that.
So we beat her to the punch.
She's already punched. There's a crater where Neverwinter is.
But we will. Each staff we find, though, and the more knowledge we get, we'll be able to find them, though.
And the more signatures.
I'm certain of that.
And like I said, if that artifact must have limitations, or the war would no longer be still going.
It's true.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to, well, because they're not here, but I'm just going to I just kind of like signal kind of Wittig to put it in the bag of holding.
Thunk, it's already gone.
Yeah.
For now,
Gone
let
when
us
you guys came
speculate.
back.
For now, let us speculate no further, as we have been doing that for a while now. Let us sleep on it.
Yes.
We may think on it on the morrow.
Yes, I need sleep after that.
Yep.
My head hurts a lot.
I'm going to use alarm to cover up those back passages.
Smart boy.
Good idea. I was going to suggest something like it.
Now, this
Still keep
sleep,
watches though.
is this going to be a long rest?
If you get through the whole thing, sure.
We'll find
If
out
we
in a
live
few
through
minutes.
it, yeah.
We'll find out in a few minutes.
Shall we take our standard watches?
Yeah.
I would like to talk to King if I can.
Go for it.
By all means. We'll say you two get to have the first watch.
I'm just going to kind of, during the watch, kind of poke King on the shoulder and just be like, "Can I talk to you? Like,
Most
away
certainly
from
can.
everyone else." I
But
have.
does that include Cat?
Cat's fine. Cat's just you, but more.
That's one way to describe a familiar.
It's Posey's understanding of how familiar it looks. I just
Very
don't-
well. I nod to Riddick and it's like, pardon me, I'll return to the game in a moment.
Yeah.
And I follow you to some end of the
Yeah, I'll
cave.
go
Because
near
we're
the
always
mouth of the
playing
cave.
chess.
We'll go near the mouth of the cave, I guess, just so the blizzard is a little louder.
Yep.
Can I ask you like a magic question?
Please do. I find the subject most enthralling.
I don't know if this is a magic question per se. I just don't know much about this, and I've only heard the name, and I just
There is no such thing as a stupid question.
what is astral?
Astral. It is, from my limited understanding, it is a plane that sort of.
Thank you, Sadie.
It
There's
is
a
a plane
raccoon out there
that
somewhere.
heavily parallels our own. It is separate but connected. It is a complicated subject that I'm not sure I fully grasp myself. Why do you inquire?
Do you ever ask a question and get an answer and don't understand it?
Yes, that is what learning is.
A long... She kind of looks over to the rest of the group. Lowers her voice a bit. A long time ago, I asked the moon if they knew where all those people went who disappeared in the attack. I didn't understand what it said in response. And I feel bad because everyone's so confused.
You believe the moon gave you an answer. You just are not sure what it meant.
Yeah, and I don't know. I can ask more, but I feel bad sitting on it, and I don't know whether I knew I had to ask you because you're the only one who would know if it meant anything.
Perhaps I would better understand if you phrase the answer rather, as it was posed to you.
The word astral came up, but he kind of explained it as between the elemental planes and the outer planes. don't
How
know
good
what
is my
any-
knowledge on this?
I
I
don't-
assume I have.
Posey doesn't know what any of this
Technology.
means.
Make
Yeah.
an Arcana check, King.
Okay, being a
is
wizard, I assume I have some
old
very
knowledge.
basic knowledge of the planes, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We'd love to
She
see
is
it.
just the one she assumed would know.
You, smart person, help.
Help, yeah.
Hey, King, that's about as far as you get.
Yeah,
Playing the people.
I'm afraid I really am not sure in the matters of plane of travel. It is, as you can imagine, a rather complicated and involved subject. I know they are connected in various ways and that some can be in the spaces in between, but how and the details beyond that I don't really understand.
That's okay. I know it's a place now. That's more than I knew.
If given a library, I could certainly research the subject, but
If we end up
There
in a library,
may
I'll probably
be-
join you.
you'd be a most welcome companion.
Anyway, thank you.
Anytime.
I just feel bad. But anyway, I'll let you get back to your chess game.
You're always welcome to join us in any games, by the way.
I'm not very good at chess.
I also have cards.
I'm better at cards.
The Posey dating sim continues.
How many
Yes.
people are going to give her ambrosia?
I require at least 9.
9?
9 before I go on to the we get the little arrow.
And then you have to dialogue with her about 10 times, and
yeah,
then
yeah,
it gets broken.
before the
and you, get to,
This is we're too deep in the Hades memes.
you guys make
Anyway.
your way back.
Go back to actually being on watch.
You keep your watch. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session, because I think it's a very good place to do so.
Dun dun dun!
I would agree.
Whole RP session. We love to see it.
Oh, don't know what.
Gorgeous. I love it.
We do love to see it.
I do love it so much.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. This was absolutely a blast, because these fuckers
you
decided...
didn't have to do anything.
These fuckers finally decided to try and poke at the sticks multiple times. And so they learned a little bit more from the Spires of Luck.
Yay!
Let's see what happens next week.
Bye.
Bye.